Good morning, salutations, and hello. Welcome back to another episode of The Ethical Atheist. I am your magnanimous host, Larry. And we have another question of the week because it's a new week and I plan to keep doing this for the foreseeable future until something makes me stop. But the ethics question of the week is, are there any circumstances in which it is acceptable to impose your sense of morality on others? Why or why not? So, since last week's question had a little bit to do with like moral relativism versus moral objectivism, I thought this would be a great follow-up question. So, are there circumstances in which it's acceptable to impose your own sense of morality on others? Now, within the framework of this question, there are three main areas I want to cover. That is the personal level, state level, and global level, because I think that it's slightly different in each of these cases. So, state level, we have a social contract that, as a society, we have more or less decided certain things are okay and certain things are not okay to do, and we all agree to abide by this in exchange for living in a civilized society. So, this is something that we do in societies. The state imposes a moral law on all of the citizens of the country that everybody has to abide by, otherwise you end up in jail. And some people would say, well, there's a difference between legality and morality, but I think in the greater social sense, that line is more fine than people think it is. I think the reason we create laws in general is to govern how people act towards other people, in the sense of if something is harmful to people, that's usually illegal to do. Usually, I say, since we've become a corporate oligarchy, that's starting to slip a little bit. But moving on from that point. So the state imposes one guideline for all people. Then there is the global level, like, do countries have the right to interfere with other countries in the name of imposing, moral or ethical rules? Like, they claim, and I'm not sure, well, no, I am absolutely sure that this is bullshit, but they claim we invaded the Middle East because of how horrible they treat their citizens and shit there, and that's a complete lie, because we're there for oil and profit. Lots of other bullshit, but certainly not to spread the spirit of democracy or whatever bullshit it is that they're claiming we're there for. But is it acceptable for countries to enforce our sense of cultural morality on another culture? And really, I don't think that it is. In the sense of like going to war with another country because they have a different ethical standard than us, I don't think that's acceptable. I've had to think about it for a long time before I came to that conclusion, because there are certainly cultural practices across the world that are horrifying to me. Like the practice of female genital mutilation and the subjugation of women in general in a lot of countries. This is horrifying to me as a humanist. But at the same time, the amount of suffering it would cause for our country to invade those countries and forcibly change their culture, and all of the other ramifications that would come from that, besides the fact that it's not really any of our business as a country what other countries do within their own sovereign borders. And then there's the personal level. So, if a thing is not governed by law, if it's a thing not covered by the law in any realm, do you have the right to impose your sense of ethics or morality on another person? And in the case of America, I'm not really sure you do, because you can say what you want about it, but we have a fairly good standard of law around here that is mostly secular in nature and mostly revolves around, treating other people decently. I have a hard time seeing that you would have a good jumping off point to tell other people what to do. Now, in the sense of like raising your own kids or within your own family unit, you absolutely have the right to bring up your kids to think whatever it is that you want them to think. And I know that we're very anti-indoctrination here, but as far as like spawn that has come from your own loins, you have the right to teach that kid whatever you want as far as ethics and morality, and it's not my business to tell you otherwise, as long as you're doing so within the realm of existed codified law. So that's my little bit about this subject. I do, as with everything, I want to hear what other people think, because this is complicated, and one of the reasons it took me a long time to sort of mull through this, because there are certain cultural practices around the world that are horrifying to people like me, but I still don't feel like it's our place to intervene. And that's really the crux of it, is like, whether or not I believe certain things are okay or not okay, if it's not within the realm of law, it's just not my business to tell other people what to do or how to be. And that's all it is. But definitely I want to hear from everybody what they think. I think this is a really good question. I think it ties in a lot with our previous question. So let me know what you guys think in the comments section down below, or over on the Ethical Atheist Facebook page, or on the Ethical Atheist Twitter, anywhere you want to go. But thank you very much for watching, and as always, may Darwin be with you. Hey guys, this is Larry. Thank you for making it to the end of the video, and if you liked this video and want to be a part of more discussions in the future, hit that bell and you'll be notified every time a new video is posted. As always, thank you for watching, and may Darwin be with you.